Part 3, Remi.
Okay, yes.
It's very interesting. You're Mexican, playing a different type of music, which comes from outside of Mexico. I would say, after listening to your story in part 1 and part 2, that I could call you kind of a jazz musician.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel being a jazz musician?
I come from the jazz musician. Yes, I come from.
And but it's very interesting for you, being a Mexican, that you go to New York, you go to Paris, but still you go back to Mexico to play your music.
Yes.
Why do you do that? Why don't you stay in New York? Or why didn't you stay in Paris? What's the reason? Is Mexico pulling you back to play in Mexico and live in Mexico? What is it?
I don't know, destiny, something.
Or do you want to let people know what you have experienced, like for education reasons? Are there any other Mexican musicians like you in playing, going abroad and then coming back? And
I don't know, so many. I think Mexico has been a very good place for me to develop myself.
To develop yourself?
Yes.
Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay.
And through the Mexican community, with my Mexican musician friends, very good musicians that live there, and many, not so many, but the musicians that I play with in Mexico, they are fantastic players. So I can do many things from Mexico City, develop, working here, working as a musician, teaching at the university.
Are you teaching too?
Yes,
Okay.
so I think I have a good life in Mexico, and through Mexico it's good to go out. You can
see
say,
other musicians.
see other
with
musicians play
Be-
with other musicians, going out of the city. I have played all around Mexico in different times, in different places.
Do you have
places.
any, sorry to interrupt you, any Mexican sound in your flute playing, in your saxophone? Oh, it's like Gato Barbieri. This, he brought Latin music to jazz. So what about you? Is there anything Mexican, something special you gave to the jazz music scene?
I don't think so, really. No.
There's
No.
nothing Mexican. You never tried to do a
I can put some
rhythm or melody.
I can put some, but it's not my kind of music. I am more abstract. I'm more together with the abstract music, the free improvisation, experimental music.
But if you are like this and you are Mexican, there should be something Mexican in your sound, even if you play abstract.
I don't know. Maybe if I want to, if you listen to Albert Tyler, he had some Mexicans on his playing, some record that some composition that he played. If you put to the Mexican, as I did in a conference, I gave a master class to some students. The musician there from the country of Mexico, they hear Albert Tyler and they say, man, this is what we want to do. That sound very Mexican, that sound like our melodies, major things, I don't know, the dominant first. But my music is not into that exactly part of. I had a group that was called Astillero, quartet, piano, bass, drums, and saxophone. All played the composition of each of the members, and they were like, we're gonna play Mexican jazz music. We went to France, to Europe. They went more more than 2 times in Mexico City, in Mexico all around. We played concert everywhere with the Mexican root. I have some composition that you can listen, very Mexican style.
So then there is a Mexican jazz.
Well,
In
with that
Mexico.
group, yes.
Yeah.
With that group, yes. Because most of the jazz musicians in Mexico, they play jazz.
So the American jazz.
American jazz is universal. I mean,
Yeah, but you know, people you love like Don Cherry or Sun Ra even, they always try to bring other elements into the So actually you could be a really positive force to bring this Mexican element into jazz, to that they listen more to Mexican music.
Yeah, but you know, I play more improvised music more than compositional music. If I compose something, yes, I can put some Mexican on it if I do a composition. But my interest is more into the free improvisation. So if I play something Mexican or it sounds Mexican, maybe.
Okay. So let's go now to the Vision Festival.
Okay.
How was it, by the way?
Oh.
Who did you play with? Who was in your band?
Don Minasi on guitar,
Ah, okay.
Ken Filiano
Okay, I know.
on acoustic bass, and Michael T.A. Thompson on drums. It was my quartet.
And did you play your music or was it all improvised?
We rehearsed and we talk about my composition. We played my composition.
Did you rehearse with them?
Yes, and we rehearsed some of my compositions. But at the concert, I decided to no, let's play. Let's just blow.
So it was totally free.
Totally free. I wanted to play really with those guys that they are used to the free music, the free jazz and everything. I wanted to really play with them and see what happened.
So you played that one long song.
Kind of, yeah, kind of, yes.
And how was the reaction of the audience?
I think they like it.
They liked it?
Yeah, they like it.
Could you feel it, see it?
I feel it, and they saw me after the concert. They saw me and they, oh man, fantastic, really, oh, powerful. I like it. And I say, well, thanks, no, thanks to you, man. And that's.
Was it the first time for you to play at the Vision Festival?
As my project.
As a
yes,
project, yes.
As
Okay.
my project,
Yeah.
yes, because last year I also played with Giancarlo Rodea and Gerald Cleaver and Joe Morris and his group. They invited me, but this time it was my project, Remi Alvarez Quartet.
And you played once at the Vision and then another time, right? Or was it both Vision?
No. Well, I played there, and then William Parker invited me to play to the tribute for Billy Bank with the orchestra.
Okay.
So I played with Jamil Mundok, Sabir Mateen, Davis Willard, I don't remember.
Okay.
And many musicians, no? More than 20, more like 30 musicians. And that was the tribute, the last concert of this Vision Festival. But also I play at the University of the Street with Dominasi, Jay Rosen, and other musicians.
Oh, okay. So then you played 3 times.
3 times.
Okay. So are there, for our readers, is it easy to get your CDs? Did you put out any CD out recently?
Yes. On CD Baby, you can find
okay,
it.
good. So
on my website, you can find remialvarez.com.
Okay.
You can find my CDs.
Good. And what is now your next thing for this year? Something special?
Something very special. Well, I did a record. It's already done in Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Just this
Carl
week.
Berger?
No, with Carl Berger's studio with Ted Orr. He was the engineer. The drummer was Harvey Sorgen, and the bass player Joe Fonda.
Joe
we
Fonda.
made a trio.
He rehearsed.
A trio record.
And when is it coming out?
I hope soon, because
do you have what label?
Very
is
good.
It?
We have to see.
Go shopping.
Which label
okay.
will be. And also I have a different project in Mexico with my different bands.
Good.
I have different trios,
Good.
most of them. So I think for the end of this year I will have at least 1 or 2 CDs of my Mexican
Good.
groups.
And are you going maybe again to Europe to play, or is it?
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so. Yes.
Good. So, is there anything special you like to tell me and the Doobie-Doobie-Doo readers? Anything special you want them to know? Something special about you? Exclusive? You have never told anybody else? I didn't ask whether you are married. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Do you have children?
I have 5, almost 6 years.
And they live, of course, in Mexico City?
They live in Mexico City with me. Yes.
How old is your son?
Almost 6.
Does he
my
play
daughter.
It's a daughter.
It's a daughter.
Any music?
No, she make ballet now.
Ballet. Dance. Why not? It's okay.
Good. Yeah. If she likes music, maybe she discover it sooner or later.
Okay.
But yes, it's
And if you say, if I say music, what would you say? Music.
Creation, creativity, art, feelings, emotions, colors.
Good. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Sohorov.
Let me know, as usual, what's happening. If there's a CD release, please send the release, send me the CD, I will review it. If your concert's in New York or so, let me know. Let's keep in touch. And now, let's go to the live performance.